And in your current work, you obviously must go about these processes working with, say, foreigners out of the States uh, to or local people. But how do you deal with the perception of the foreigners? In that, the first thing I always get asked is, I'm going to have my IP stolen, and all the press that's around at the moment just reinforces that. Whereas I think what you're saying, and certainly my observation, is things have improved a lot. And so, how do you convince people that there are ways of
Succumbing to circumventing the pirating.
yeah.
I don't think when you have a great idea, I don't think you're safe anywhere.
Yeah, I agree.
But in China, I think that it's a fast-moving economy, and sometimes maybe some individuals are sort of cutting through and taking the shortcut, and therefore taking ideas. But there are other issues. I mean, there are many stories that I can tell. But I think we need to look forward in the sense that the reality is that for the small businesses in foreign businesses in China, you have very limited recourse. You do go through the legal system and try to fight piracy and stolen IP. I would think that engagement needs to be a lot broader, meaning that when you're a business doing business in China, you ought to be very connected to the local embassy and consulates, your local chamber of commerce from your country. In that, it probably is the right thing to do. I don't think you as a startup is a business. So as a business owner, you need to get the support and get the help as much as you can. And the one thing that I just wrote a piece about market entry, and I think that you'd be surprised how much mileage that how much value you will get from interfacing with your local commercial officer or your chamber of commerce. China, in its the way the system's set up, is very much about sort of a reciprocal. It is set up with the government as the lead, not private enterprise, and so therefore a government entree of connectivity is very important. You can knock on do cold calling in China. I don't think that's a problem in wanting to do sales, but in order to really be able to be on the radar. But I describe it as just assurance, right? If you're a foreign entity, you're a founder, and you go into China, man, get to know the political apparatus from your home country. Don't leave that to big. At home, you might think, well, gosh, there's no need to interface with the government because I don't need anything from them. In China, I think you will get help, and the help is just the fact that they're there. And you just need to have that. And I think that, in Chinese we say, you have to give face to everything. And that interaction, that connectivity to your home office is about face. That the local entities that you deal with will be kinder if you were introduced by someone from an embassy or a consulate. That's just very straightforward.